Hi guys, it's Trisha Frank. You guys know me on Facebook as Patricia Joe Frank. I'm here to teach you guys a little bit more about signing up your spouse or another family member and why it's so crucial to your business. Now, if you're new, it's going to be sort of hard for you to grasp how huge this is and how important it is. So first and foremost, I'm going to say just please trust us when we tell you sign up your spouse right now, tonight. Do not wait another day. And I'll explain why in just a minute. But again, this doesn't benefit us. It has nothing to do with us. This is because we've made the mistakes. We've seen the mistakes, made. And we don't want that to happen to you 4 years from now when you're making a big income and you're working full time as a Beachbody coach and you're kicking yourself in the butt for not taking this advice now. Okay. So we'll start with who you should sign up. It doesn't matter if you're not married. You're not singled out on this one. You can sign up another family member. So Beachbody allows you to control you plus two. That means you can have your account that you control. You can have a family member's account that you control. And then you can also have a second business center that you open up under yourself once you hit two-star diamond. Well, the amazing thing about them allowing you to control a spouse or other family member's account is that you essentially get to open up a second business center before you're a qualified two-star diamond, which is pretty cool. So you've got three options for income earning, all based on you and the work that you're putting in. So yes, even if your spouse does not ever want to work this business, you need to sign them up anyways, because it's not them that's going to be working it. It's going to be you. And again, we will really drive home in this training why this is so important and how it can benefit you as far as income goes down the road. So again, it doesn't have to be a husband or a wife. If you're not married, no worries. I am not married and I'm engaged. And when I signed up my fiance, he wasn't my fiance. He was my longtime boyfriend. But again, there was no question as to whether or not we were eventually going to get married. So I signed him up as soon as I learned this. If you're not in a serious relationship, it can be your mother, your sister, your daughter. If you have a daughter or son that's 18 years old or older, it can be your dad. So anybody in your family or your spouse can be signed up. Basically, what you want to ask yourself is, are you ever going to share a bank account? Or is it feasible for you to be linking this person's social security number as far as Beachbody is concerned to your bank account? So my fiance and I don't have a joint bank account at this point. So I have his account linked to my bank account because anything I purchase under his login is going to be taken from my bank account, and likewise any money earned through his account is going to go into my bank account. Okay, so just to drive that home, this is your business just under their name and social security number. As far as taxes go, you don't have to worry about that. Again, this is your business, you're controlling the account, and so it won't be on that person's it won't be their tax issue at the end of the year. Okay. So now we've talked about who to sign up. I've got notes. Sorry, I went to the dentist this morning. They gave me a lot of drugs. I'm still sort of recovering. So I've got lots of notes because I don't want to forget anything. So you'll see me looking down at papers and stuff. So we've talked about who. Now, how about where? So I'm not sure if some of you are brand new. Some of you have been in it a little bit longer, I assume. I'm not sure if you guys are very familiar with your graphical genealogy, but you have a strong leg and a weak leg. Now, this is training that is available through your back office. You can search it on YouTube. There's videos everywhere, and it's also on the TVAS training site. So if you're not extremely familiar yet with what I'm talking about, don't worry. Please just listen. Like I said, I'm not going to go into detail because that would be like an all-day training if I tried to explain everything in detail. But essentially, I'll share the screen so I can show you this little graphic that I borrowed from Coach Brooke Dorsett from a similar video that she did. And it's just going to show you guys a very, very basic view of your the structure of your genealogy. Now, before I do that, real quick, actually, I'm going to show you guys where to find this graphic in your Coach Online office. Again, I'm not going to go into detail about it, but I will show you how to find it really quickly. So when you're in your Coach Online office, I'm probably going to have to log in here real quick. So when you're in your office, you will go to business, my business, my downline, graphical genealogy. Okay. This is what mine looks like right now. So you see, I have my spouse here on my weak leg and my friend here on my other leg, who just randomly was a person that signed up under me when I first started. Okay. So you have a strong leg and a weak leg. But that's how you see it. Now, if you're brand new, it'll just look like this. And maybe there's some coaches down here. See, this PS up here means that they're my personally sponsored coach. Down here, see how this person doesn't have that over them, neither does this one or this one. That means they're not my coaches. I didn't sign them up. Somebody else signed them up. Now, you might look at your genealogy, and even though you've never signed up a coach yet, there might be somebody down here who doesn't have a PS above them. That is not your coach. It doesn't contribute to your Emerald status. The only way you benefit on that person that you didn't sign up, that somebody else signed up, is through volume. So your strong leg, let me get out of this so I can show you the graphic. Sorry, my desktop's a mess. This is the graphic that we're talking about. So you want to place your spouse on your weak leg. Now, again, your strong leg is a leg that is most likely being built for you by somebody in your upline, meaning they are signing coaches on this strong leg regardless of what you're doing. You will benefit from their volume, but they don't change your rank. Now, the reason that we say sign your spouse up immediately, I don't care if you have coaches in the pipeline that you're trying to sign up, or good prospects, or a challenger that you've had your eye on for a while, you never know when somebody in your upline is going to put somebody right here. Now, what if that person, if you haven't signed your spouse up yet, and your upline puts a person down here who's, let's say, the next Melanie Mitro, or, I don't know if you all know who she is, but she's the top coach in the network. What if it's an Amy Silverman, who's number 2? What if it's an Anna Gray, who's in the top 300? You all know who she is, right? What if somebody in your upline signs somebody up down here underneath you that's a rock star coach, and they're producing tons and tons of volume? You'll benefit from that volume. As far as cycling, you guys remember we learned about cycle bonuses 2 days ago, how when you have 200 on a strong leg and 100 on a weak leg, you cycle once, giving you $14 as an Emerald coach. It goes up as you advance in rank. Like a diamond coaches is $18. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot right now, but trust me, when you start getting into the volume of 10,000, and you'll see an infographic in a minute, or a video, where it shows one coach having like 67,000 volume on one leg. Okay. So imagine if you've got a rock star coach like that down here, and you didn't sign up your spouse, you could be missing out on coaches right now make the majority of their money on cycle bonuses, and you could be missing out literally on tens to $100,000s of dollars per year just by something simple like not having your spouse in the spot directly beneath you. Okay. So that's why this is so important to your future income potential, because this spouse, even if there's nobody signed up underneath them that you put there, that is under their account, if you place somebody down there, let's say in this spot, then that person ends up being a rock star volume coach, then your spouse gets a cycle bonus on it and you get one. So you just doubled your income earning potential. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not being too confusing for everybody. So that's a good photo that demonstrates where you're going to put your spouse. Always on your weak leg. And again, right now, after you watch this video, if you haven't done so already, sign your spouse up in the next spot on your weak leg. So that's going to, again, let me stop the screen share here. Again, that's going to double your income earning potential, because anybody, whether it was your coach or somebody else's coach that's beneath you and your spouse, you're going to get cycle bonuses on it, and you can double your income even if you're doing nothing with your spouse's account. It's pretty amazing. So let's see. Let's go to what happens then when you sign your spouse up. So in order for you to keep your emerald rank, both of your coaches, the one on your right leg and the one on your left leg, so your spouse and whoever your other coach is, everybody has to have 50 point or personal volume points in order to stay active, okay? And in order for you to keep your your emerald rank, therefore your cycle bonuses. If you lose your emerald rank, you're accruing volume, but you're not going to get paid on that volume. So you got to keep your husband or wife or family member active. And again, the coach on the other leg needs to be active as well. If you sign a coach who drinks Shakeology, even if they're a discount coach, if they're drinking Shakeology every single month, that's automatically 90 PV, personal volume points. So they're going to stay active if they're drinking Shakeology. So you don't have to worry about it, just like you stay active because you drink Shakeology every day. But I know lots of people have issues with, like for us, it's not an issue because both myself and my fiance drink Shakeology every single day. So we need 2 bags every single month. So we're both on auto ship. If you if you're like, I can't afford a second bag of Shakeology every month, or if you, just won't drink it, and it's just if you're the only person in the house that drinks it, or you sign up your mother and she doesn't have anything to do with it and she doesn't live with you and she's not drinking Shakeology, and you don't want to pay for a second bag, but you need to keep 50 volume points, there are lots of other options. So the different ways that you can keep your spouse at 50 personal volume points is not just based on their orders that that you purchase. It's also personal volume points can be accrued from what you sell. So if you don't want to spend extra money on an extra product every month to keep them at 50 point volume, you can sell under their account. Now, the way this works is, let's say you get yourself to Success Club 5 or 10. Depending on your goals. Obviously, I'm going to encourage you all to push for 10. But let's say you're brand new and you're just starting out and you want to shoot for 5 every single month for now. Once you get your 5 Success Club points and you're locked in and you're happy with that, any Success Club point any sale that you make after that can go into your spouse's account, and that will count towards the 50 point or personal volume points needed in order to keep them active. So whether that's another challenge pack, or it could even be like, let's say if you have a customer that only wants a program and you've gone through the objections with them and you've answered all their questions and you've done your coaching thing, but they're still saying that they only want a program, or they only want the Energize supplement, or they only want the slimming formula. I recommend that you put any non-challenge pack or non-Shakeology HD order, because you don't earn Success Club points on anything else. All those extra orders, I'm going to highly recommend that you always put those through your spouse's account or your family member's account, because if they're not a Success Club point and you already have 90 personal volume points from your Shakeology order, they're not benefiting you at all. You get nothing but commission on that, okay? If you put them through your spouse's account, you still get the commission because it's linked to your bank account. You get the volume points that roll uphill, so you're going to benefit from the volume, and you keep your spouse account or family member account at 50 point volume without having to spend any of your own extra money. Okay. So it's really not a big deal. I was kind of confused by this when I first became a coach, because I was like, if I put them through my spouse's account, it's going to show that they have this coach named Logan Ladd. And they're like, I don't know who that is. And they're going to, they don't care. Trust me. All you have to do is just tell them, hey, when you get your link or your email or whatever, it's going to show that Logan Ladd, my fiance's name, is your coach. But really, that's just my second business center that I've opened up under his name. I'm still your coach. I'm going to be your go-to person. You're going to be in my challenge group. Nothing changes for you. So just don't pay attention to the name that it says on your account as far as who your coach is. I'm still your coach. And they don't care. Why would they care? They're just like, okay, I don't really understand what that means, but that's fine. Okay. So that's how that works. Now, I want to show you guys some of the options. If you don't want to if you do think like that you might want to use that extra 50 personal volume points that you need as a way to get yourself products. Cause like for me, I have my, my Energize and my greens and my recovery drink and my Focus Energy Boost. All those go through my fiance's account because I get volume on them. If I order them through my own account, I don't get any volume off that. So they go through his account. That keeps him at 50 personal volume points, and all's good. I have maintained. Now, I'm not like going to brag about anything here because in all honesty, I've been in Emerald for like a year. All right. But I've never lost my Emerald rank since I started. Since I became an Emerald, I've never dropped rank. Okay. So this is the way that it's been working for me this whole time. So this is the way. These are just some options. I'll screen share with you guys again to get your personal volume met under your spouse's account. So you can order a box of Shakeology packets in order to use for samples. If you're going to do that, I highly recommend, just as a side note, to take one of the sample trainings because there's a right and a wrong way to do it as far as not wasting your time or energy or money sending people samples who aren't ever going to sign up with you. So you can do that. You can, like me, I have the 3-day refresh on a quarterly auto ship. So every 3 months, you can get it on every month auto ship. Not only is it a good thing to have lying around the house, because honestly, you get back from Thanksgiving and you get back from a trip, maybe you were sick for a week and you're like me, when you're sick, you want nothing but your favorite comfort foods. I have, I think, 3-day refreshes in my cupboard right now. And I love just having them so that whenever I want them, I don't have to say, oh, I want to do the 3-day refresh. Oh, I have to wait 7 days. Oh, it's going to be too late. Like I'm going to Costa Rica in a week and a half. And I love that I've already got one in there. And I know I can take it right before I have to get in a bikini. So the other thing that you can use the 3-day refresh for is I don't know if you do contests in your challenge groups, but it's a really good, like if you did a 30-day challenge group and did a point system, it'd be a really cool grand prize. And you're not giving them Shakeology, you're not giving them a program. They still need to get those things for themselves, but you're giving them something to help boost their results or to get them started with like a kickstart before they start their next round or their next program. There's the slimming pack, which is actually the cheapest of the different packs of supplements. This is going to be the cheapest way to keep that 50-point volume. There's nothing cheaper than $41.10 in the supplement section that equals 50-point volumes. That's a good one too. I've never taken it, but I've actually heard really good things. There's the Core Nutrition Pack. There's, if you want to group some products together, like I said, I get my Energize and my recovery drink and my Focus Energy and my greens boosts all through my spouse's account. So that easily all adds up to well over 50 personal volume points. And they're things that I want anyways, that I use on a regular basis. The only thing that goes through my personal account is my monthly Shakeology. If I'm going to order a program, like when I order Masters Hammer and Chisel in December, that's going to come through my spouse's account. The other thing is the network exclusive DVDs. Obviously, this is going to go into the group products together category because you see it's only 15 personal volume points. But these are the DVDs that come with a program only when you order them through the coach. You know, you get your program and you get like an extra DVD like Hardcore on the Floor or Plyo Fix in the 21-day fix program. Those extra bonus DVDs that come as prizes for ordering through a coach. Well, you can order those DVDs single in all by themselves. And then you can use those as like free group prizes. They make great prizes. Like I try to do little contests for my challengers, both my free and my paid challengers randomly. And those make really incredible prizes. And it's only $15. So I think that's a really good investment to make. The last thing that we have here is the portion fix, which is, again, only 30-point volume. So one of the portion fix, that's another good, it could be a gift, or maybe you want it because maybe you're not doing the 21-day fix. Maybe you're doing Insanity Max 30. The 21-day fix meal plan is like revolutionized this company's approach to making nutrition simple for everybody. So the portion fix just comes with the containers and the nutrition guide from the 21-day fix, but without the workout program. Okay. So those are your options. Now, as far as the cycle bonuses and your spouse cycling, or your spouse and you benefiting from that cycle, I just want to point out that the cycle bonuses max out at $250 a week for Emerald. So that's the most an Emerald can make. But then it jumps up to $2,000 as a Diamond. So keep pushing for those rank advancements and for volume, because it doesn't matter what rank you are if you're not producing any volume to cycle on. And then the last thing is you don't have to keep your spouse's account active all the time. The moment that you place another coach underneath your spouse, like your third coach or fourth coach or fifth coach that you sign, once you sign, and I actually recommend keeping your spouse active until you get a couple of coaches down underneath them, because you never know when somebody's going to cancel their Shakeology or do a return and screw up that personal volume stuff, or go inactive or whatever, cancel their account. It happens, and you want to be a solid Emerald before you let your spouse's account go inactive. But essentially, once you've got somebody else beneath them that's got 90 personal volume points every single month, you can allow your spouse's account to go inactive. You still have to pay your monthly business service fees, or they'll cancel the account. But as far as that 50-point personal volume points goes, you don't have to do that every single month. You can stop doing it when you have other coaches underneath them to get to keep your Emerald rank active, and then you can make your spouse's account active again once it benefits your business. And by the time that happens, you'll know what I'm talking about as far as different ranks and when you want to have another active coach underneath you. But for right now, don't even worry about it. Just know that you don't have to keep them active forever and always. Okay. The other thing that I'll say about your Emerald rank is you need to keep your club membership. You don't want to let that, you don't have to keep your spouse's club membership. They don't need one until you're ready to actively start working their account, but you need to keep yours, because that's the only way you're going to get those leads from hitting Success Club 5 and or 10. Is the only way you can get those leads is if you're a club membership and an Emerald and active. The last thing is I want to really drive the point home as far as how you can maximize your income and the potential sadness that can come over you if you realize in however many years it takes you to be rock star at this business and be earning a significant income. I want to drive the point home that you'll be kicking yourself if you don't do this. Okay, so let me screen share one more time, and we're going to watch a short little video from that's going to tell you, for Michelle Griffin, that's going to explain to you how she learned this the hard way.
My back office, and I want to take just a couple of minutes and explain to you why, if you're married, it is really important that you sign your spouse up right away as a coach. Now, I know you're a new coach. You're not going to understand the ins and outs of it. So this is going to be one of those situations that it's imperative that you trust us, that you know that we have your best interest at heart, and we don't want you to make the same mistake that many of us made, been around for a while. I've been a coach for over 7 years now, and when I first became a coach, I didn't want to do the business, and so I didn't think anything of it, and I didn't sign my husband up right away. 7 years later, that is costing us a lot of money, and I want to show you really quick. So here I am, and I have a right and a left leg directly under me, just like you do. Once these spots are taken, once there's a coach in those spots, you can't get them back. Once I wised up and wanted to sign my husband up, these spots were taken. So my husband ended up right here underneath Hope, not directly underneath. You don't think that's a big deal, but it is a big deal because this leg over here of Hope's grew like crazy with tons of coaches. My husband doesn't benefit from any of that. Hope, right here as a diamond coach, is maxing out at $2,000 a week at this point, 7 years later. If that would have been flip-flopped, if I would have signed my husband up right away, my husband instead would be benefiting from all the coaches over here and be making $2,000 a week. When you multiply that out, $2,000 a week times 52 weeks, that is $104,000 a year. That is a mistake. That's an over $100,000 mistake that I made 7 years ago. I didn't know I was making it, but it is costing us now. I don't want it to cost you. So I want you to please trust us. As soon as you're done watching this video, if you have not signed your spouse, go and sign your spouse. Make sure your spouse has one of the positions directly under you. This is something that can really, really behoove you in the future as you grow your business, okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay, so I hope that
You guys, did that sink in? That was $100,000 a year mistake. Do you believe me now? Okay. Go sign up your spouse or your mom or your dad. Trust me, it's going to cost you $15.95 a month extra to keep their account open. And some way, shape, or form, you need to get 50 personal volume points under their account, whether you order extra stuff for yourself or whether you filter other sales through their account after you've reached your goals with yours for the month. Okay? So your assignment underneath this training video is to comment below if you've already signed up your spouse or other family member. If you have not, I want you to list the name of 3 people in your family that you could potentially use to secure that top spot in your organization, okay? Also post any questions you have, anything that I didn't answer or anything that requires clarification, because again, I'm super loopy right now. So I could have been very confusing and I could have missed something. Put your questions below, okay, you guys? Bye.